Hello there, guys. This is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today, I'm really excited to announce our annual Lenten readathon. So it will be taking place over the course of Lent in 2024. So the book that we are going to be reading for it this year, which I'm so excited about, is The Long Loneliness by Dorothy Day. I just remembered I was going to go look up a description of it so I could actually describe it to you. But all I know is that it's about, I forgot to do that. All I know is it's the autobiography of Dorothy Day, who was a Catholic socialist, very interested in the Workers' Party. And I know that she was, reading her books was an instrumental reason that Faith from Faith in Books returned to the faith of her childhood. So that she convinced me in this amazing video, an amazing interview that Tom from LA Books and Catholic Wisdom did. He did it on his Catholic Wisdom channel with Faith, where he was interviewing people about what made them people of faith. And so Dorothy Day was like the person that Faith talked about, and that instantly was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to read some Dorothy Day. So The Long Loneliness is her autobiography, and I'm very, very excited to read this. So our co-host this year, once again, I'm so happy everybody is joining us again, Faith from Faith in Books, and me, obviously, and Carla from Raised to Walk, who is a wonderful channel. You should definitely check her out. She does like Bible studies and live streams with current events, and she does book reviews, and she edits a wonderful journal called An Unexpected Journal, which, by the way, I just had an essay published on Dostoevsky in the Unexpected Journal. So definitely go check that out. It's easy to find online, and it's a play on an unexpected journey. So you can guess what kind of content it's about. It's about like Christian thought leaders in the past. So I did this essay on Dostoevsky's, one of his Christmas stories. So, and I will hopefully be writing more for them in the future. They've also published a short story of mine and a couple other, like a book review and another article. So they're really wonderful. And yeah. So anyways, Carla, that's Carla's channel. Emma, the Bookish Princess, everybody knows Emma, of course. And Victoria, musical bookworm, who's just, as you probably know, she's one of my booktube besties here, and I just love her, and I'm always so happy when I get to spend time with her in live shows and reading sprints and other stuff. So we don't have any reading sprints scheduled as of yet, and that's mostly my fault. It's because I'm not really feeling up to live shows at the moment. You've probably heard that Jennifer Brooks passed away, and so I think that's on everybody's minds, and it's really hard for me to, I feel like my channel is in mourning, and it's really hard for me to want to go live. I'm gonna make an effort to do that in the first couple months of the year, probably not in January. I cancel all my January live shows, and I might cancel all the ones in February, but I'm going to make an effort to do other live shows. So we do have one scheduled, and that is Palm Sunday, March 24th. We are going to discuss The Long Loneliness on my channel. So I hope you will read along with us and join us for that. It's going to be a wonderful time. For the last live show, for our Advent live show, I was really frustrated with myself. I didn't find time to write discussion questions, but so the live show was a bit unorganized. But this year I'm definitely gonna write discussion questions. So anyways, because I'm making this more of like a readathon live show channel versus like a content channel. So that's going to be my goal this year, because I want to spend time with you guys and talk live, and I want to have great discussions with my friends. There's just nothing like hanging out with bookish people and talking, especially bookish people of faith, right? And talking about what really matters. That's the stuff that I cherish and that I want to spend more time doing. So, I just realized I don't know if I can grab it without knocking my light over, so you might see a falling light any second here. I just realized I have a copy of the Unexpected Journal right here. I thought they were all on my shelf, but maybe they sent me 3, or maybe this is a separate one. Anyways, this is one of the, look at this beautiful artwork. Isn't this gorgeous? This was, what did I write for this? I'm trying to remember. Was this the one where I published my story in it? Oh, there I was. C. Lewis. Yeah, Saved by Grace. This was my short story one. Anyways, they have physical ones that you can buy, or at least they did. I think they still do. I haven't gotten one in the mail yet, but I think that they still do. But it's actually a free journal. It's free online. So I'll link it down below, probably in the pinned comments. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. Anyways, wonderful journal. That's the one I was talking about that Carla edits and stuff. So anyways, Lent starts on February 14th, and then our live show our readathon will end on Palm Sunday. So I guess we're not going throughout the whole entirety of Lent, and I'll let you know if we schedule any reading sprints. So, and we will have, someone reminded me of this at the end of the Advent live show. Why don't you guys have a Discord thread or something? So Victoria volunteered her Discord to make a thread for us. So thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you. I have learned a long time ago that it's really hard for me to keep up with text chats in group chats. I do my best. I have like a Bible study one that I do my best to keep up with, but I just get overwhelmed and then don't keep up with it very well. So thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you. So as far as my Lenten TBR, let's jump into it. I always have so much that I want to pack into the like liturgical read-alongs that we do. But some of my options are the screw tape letters. Krista just put out a video like today announcing a readathon of the screw tape letters in February. And so I was like, yes, perfect. Right in time for me to talk about in my Lent readathon TBR. So I've been wanting, this has just been like sitting on my printer right next to me because I've been wanting to read it for so long. So I'm going to at least try to read the beginning in February so that I can do like a couple letters with them, like for their first live show or something. But it's going to have to be like later during Lent, like March and maybe even April when I'm really reading this. And then I'll have to go back and watch their live shows. But if you aren't aware, Krista pretty regularly does, like, she's doing it quarterly this year. Christian read-alongs on her channel. And I'm so excited about this. She did Mere Christianity a couple years ago and it was just the best thing ever. So really definitely want to get started on that. I'm realizing that for me it just takes me a lot of time to finish a book and then kind of look through all my notes, and I don't have as much time for that hobby as I used to. So I have to be more realistic about my expectations. But these are all things that I would love to get to, and we'll see how much I get to. Another one has also just been sitting here for forever, and that is The Question of God. So this is C.S. Lewis and Sigmund Freud debate God, love, sex, and the meaning of life by Dr. Armand and Nicolle Jr. So I don't even know that much about this. Like, my neighbor was downsizing her religious book library quite a while ago. It's published by the Free Press, a division of Simon & Schuster in 2002. So I'm just really curious, and I definitely want to check this out. Freud is somebody that interests me, and I want to learn more about him. And I would be very interested to hear comparing their thoughts. So does this actually is this like essays by the author about it? I don't know. It might be like essays. I don't know. I need to look into it, but just the title is very intriguing. So hopefully I can pick that up. Other things that I want to pick up for Christmas, Dia sent me Chesterton's Gateway, 14 Essays to Get You Hooked on Chesterton by Ethan Nicolle. And so I've read the first 3 or 4 essays, and then we just went on vacation, and I've been going back over those essays that I've already read and taking notes on them and kind of summarizing them. And they're so so deep. Like there's one essay and you think it's like all about the story of art, and he's talking about using white chalk on brown paper because Chesterton loved to draw in chalks. And he talks about how white is actually a color, and you see that when you draw on brown paper. And he compares it to virtue and chastity. And anyway, he says we tend to think of virtue and chastity as like the absence of a sin, or that goodness is the absence of a sin, but really it's as bright and shining as the sun, just like white is on brown paper. And it's actually like something very vibrant that if you've seen it, you can't mistake it for anything else, like that kind of thing. And he talks about like how Milton, you have to have faith in order to have heresy. And I'm very interested in the way he thinks. I don't know if I agree with him about everything, but so far I'm really enjoying it. So thank you so much for sending that to me, Dia. And I really want to know somebody who could be friends with people of all different thought persuasions and debate them and still be friends with them on the other side of it, because that is something that we sorely lack in today's world. It's really difficult for people to be friends and talk about things that matter when they disagree on stuff, because everybody's afraid of offending everybody else. And for me, that's really difficult because I don't know. I guess I might have gradations of how much me I share with somebody, but I like to just be genuinely me and just say what I think and have conversations without worrying about offense or giving offense. So that's something I really admire about Chesterton. So other things, I'm rambling a bit in this video. Other things, I really want to finish Paul by N.T. Wright. I think this was on my Advent TBR as well, but I didn't get to it before the end of 2023. So this is a book that Jenny recommended, and I'm going to be reading books, I think, every month that Jenny recommends, because that I just really want to honor her memory, and I never want to forget her or let her fade. I don't want to move on. I want to keep her very present in my mind. Thinking about her makes me long for heaven because I want to be with her again. And I want to, oh no, don't cry. I want to be talking with her and I miss her. So I want to keep her very present in my head. So I'm planning to read things that Jenny inspired me to want to read throughout the whole year. So something else that she inspired me to read, actually this was from Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia. I told her about a conversation that Jenny and I had where we were like, why were these books of the Bible chosen to be like scripture? Why were these books included in the canon and not other books? How was that decision made? Like, I've definitely studied this in school. I had like a history of religious thought class at Regent University where I got my bachelor's, and it was like my favorite class. And the book I read was my favorite book that I read. It was fascinating to learn about all the different thought leaders in Christian history. But Tiffany asked her husband, who also studied this in school because he's a pastor, and he recommended The Question of Canon by Michael J. Kruger. And then there's like a sequel book about that, Canon Revisited. And so I told Jenny about it, and she was like, we should buddy read that. So I sent it to her for Christmas, and we were planning to read it in 2024 together. So I really want to read that as well. So I probably need to like finish some things before I jump into a new nonfiction book, but I'm very determined to get to that as well. So I want to finish Paul by N.T. Wright, and I want to read some more of Chesterton's essays, and I really want to read at least a couple letters of Screwtape. And obviously I also need to read The Long Loneliness. So it's going to be a very spiritual Lent and I'm excited about it. So let me know down below if you're going to be participating in our Lenten read along, if you're going to be reading for Lent, what specific things you want to read for Lent, if you're also if you're reading, I don't know, if you guys also learned of anything from Jenny that was like spiritual books that she talked about that you really were interested in, leave those down below as well, because I'm really interested in learning more about her faith retroactively. We talked a lot about faith, but I want to learn more. Hey guys, I just finished the video and remembered that and took off my hat and everything. But I just remember there was one other book that I've been reading. I brought with me on vacation and read it on the plane a lot. And it actually helped me process a lot of what I was feeling after Jenny's death, and helped me work on my letter to Pam. And that book is Heaven by Joni Eareckson Tada. I was hoping I would finish it by before the end of 2023 so I could include it in my favorites because it really is a favorite already. It's just, it really brings heaven into focus, what heaven could be like. And Joni thinks about it a lot. I keep calling her Joni, but it's Johnny. I think Johnny must think about it a lot because she misses having her body like work for her. Johnny is paralyzed from the neck down from an accident when she was 17. And she talks specifically about all the ways that heaven, all the things she's looking forward to. Like she's making dates with friends in heaven to hike like the Rocky Mountains because she's like, Earth is just a shadow of what we're going to have in heaven. It's not the actual ideal thing. It's just a shadow. So she's like, we're going to be able to hike the Rockies together. And she's like, we're going to be able to spend time with our loved ones in heaven. We're going to have all the time in the world for that. It's not like Earth is the only time we get to spend time with each other. If you're always feeling like, I want to spend more time with this friend or my family across the country or my kid, like you will get to. You'll get to in heaven. And for me, I want to spend more time with Jenny and she's in heaven now, so I'm going to see her there again. So Heaven by Joni Eareckson is an amazing book, and I would highly recommend it if you are also struggling with grief. So I'm probably going to work on that one as well. That one, it's been a slow read for me. I started off really fast, but now I'm just reading because I was doing it for a buddy read. I was reading it for a buddy read, and now my buddy reader is paused, and so I'm just sort of reading it slowly on my own now. So, anyways, just wanted to add that in there. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching this, and I will be talking to you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.